Hi, my name's Catherine Kramer, and what you're about to see is based on a presentation that I made at the Ocean Sciences meeting in Salt Lake City in February 2012. And while that presentation was directly addressed to ocean scientists, we believe this is appropriate information about tools that can be used by any scientist in any discipline. These days, there's so many changes in the ocean, the atmosphere, and the public has a real desire to know about these changes and about what scientists are doing. This is a challenge and an opportunity for scientists to use whatever tools and new tools are available to get their science out there, to inform the public about their research and the exciting things that they're doing. What this presentation is about is one of those tools, video. How scientists can use tools that they already own, such as iPhones, iPads, any smartphone, any tablet, or easy-to-use portable high-definition video cameras to make short videos about their research. As an example, I made this short video on my iPad.
Well, the public needs to know that it's affecting them right now.
The public needs to know that climate change is important to everybody, everyday life.
I decided to give myself a challenge at the Ocean Sciences meeting and see, could I really do what we were trying to get other people to do, and find scientists to interview them with my iPad, asking them simple questions about their research and what they'd like to communicate to the public, and then take the short amount of footage back to my hotel room, edit it on my iPad, and then put the finished product into my PowerPoint presentation. And obviously I was successful. That's what you're seeing here.
To enhancement of industry and a better life and make life easy.
We started thinking about how to help scientists better communicate about their research to the public as part of the work that we're doing in COSI Ocean. COSI Ocean is one of 15 COSI centers that are found around the United States. COSI, the Centers for Ocean Science Education Excellence, is a network of centers that is funded primarily by the National Science Foundation and has been doing work around the country and abroad for the last 10 years. We started thinking about videotape. These days, video's everywhere. Everybody's watching it on YouTube, online, on their phones, and everybody's making it. And video's used effectively in a whole variety of settings, in classrooms, in informal science education, such as kiosks you might find in an aquarium, and of course to do webcasts, webinars, that sort of thing. Group learning. Basically, multimedia means good pedagogy. Classrooms are increasingly using video. Teachers are using video within the curriculum. Kids are being given iPads in the classroom. Basically, being media literate is the new norm. This is a perfect place for science. If everybody's doing it, why not scientists? Google and YouTube have recently teamed up to launch channels, education video channels, that specifically address science and math concepts. Everything is on YouTube. You can learn how to shuffle cards, pick a lock, even how to clone a sheep. How about how to use a mass spectrometer? There's plenty of room for more science content on YouTube. Videos also don't have to be long in order to be effective, to engage students in STEM learning, to reach a broad audience, to improve the image of scientists, or to fulfill NSF broader impact requirements. And they provide added value for the scientists. Publications include video these days. Videos can be used in classrooms across the US. YouTube videos can go viral, and videos can be cost-efficient and effective. But can we really turn scientists into filmmakers? We decided that if we were going to try and teach scientists or help scientists learn how to make videos, we should turn ourselves into guinea pigs. So 3 of us from COSI Ocean went off on our own and made videos about our own work. Here's one example. 1936, scientists have been studying the giant nerve axon of the squid. Scientists come to
This is a short film, although not short enough. It's about 5 minutes long, that I made about my work as a science communicator. What you see here are still photographs. I also have live action, some tracking shots, some interviews. I was able to put in narration, some voiceover, a music track. It was entirely filmed and edited on my iPad.
Hi, I'm Catherine Kramer, and I'm a science communicator.
So what would I say were the challenges? Primarily, it was a learning curve. Now that I've done one, I actually can't wait to do another. I learned a lot. What did I follow? I followed the COSI Ocean template that has 7 steps. This is the guidebook that we have published that you can find online. Easy to follow, and again, with important input from professional filmmakers and videographers who've been doing this for decades. The 7 steps are: discover your story, components of a successful video, connecting to ocean literacy, making your storyboard, creating your video, compiling and editing, and sharing your video. There's plenty of tips also on what to do when you're planning hardware and software, images to use and not use, making your storyboard, audio and video quality, editing, and how to get them used in schools. Included, of course, is also what not to do. There are plenty of mistakes that could be easy to make if you're not looking out for them. When you're shooting a subject, having them wearing a hat so that you can't hear what they're saying doesn't really work. And is your sound on? And how about your focus? Focusing on something in the foreground doesn't always work. And then there's the problem of the person not knowing exactly where to look. This poor person is looking back and forth between the interviewer, the camera. How about lighting? Yeah, sometimes checking your backlighting. Very important. This one looks like it's starting out fine. Putting on the lid to the jar. That's great. But then the camera isn't really turned off. And now it's wandering around the lab, wasting precious battery time and going places maybe you don't really want it to go, without really shooting what you want to be shooting because you think that your camera is off when it's actually on. And then, of course, the dreaded camera down. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Certain to spell curtains. In the back of the guidebook are some additional materials, very important, such as the storyboard form, which might in fact be the single most important part. It's definitely the most important part of your pre-production. The storyboard it actually looks like a cartoon strip. This is where you lay out your story. And although it might seem like something you could skip, I don't advise it. It's really good to lay out your story, move the pieces around, figure out what's going to come where. That's not the order you have to shoot them in. That's the order that the final film will be in. But it's important to know what pieces you need, what you might be missing. There's also a photo release. That's also very important. You do have to have everybody that you photograph, particularly children, have their parents sign a release. So what's it really like to try this? I decided to ask my other 2 co-conspirators, Bob Chen, who's the PI of COSI Ocean, and Kristen Uterich, who is our program manager. They also made short films. How did it go? So Bob, how was it?
It wasn't too bad. I didn't spend too long, and the learning curve was steep in the beginning, but I caught on after a little bit.
And what'd you end up with?
I actually ended up with a video slideshow. It's about 2 minutes long and talks about salt marshes.
And do you think you could communicate effectively using that?
I think for 2 minutes with kids, the attention of kids for 2 minutes, it's a lot better than anything else I could come up with.
Kristen, so Kristen, how was it?
It wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of fun to try and find the images I was going to use and stage some of the images that I needed to use. And I think once I get the technology under control, I think the next round will go much better.
And can you see yourself using it as a communication tool?
I think it definitely has applicability as a communication tool. We try to get a lot of students involved in the project I was working on, and so I think this is an excellent opportunity to, have a broader impact.
So what's next? Well, obviously, most importantly, I hope you've gotten excited about going out and making your own short video about your science research. You can then post it on makeyourown.sciencevideos.wordpress.com. That is a growing community of people like you, scientists who are interested in making their own videos about their research. So I hope that I'll be seeing you there soon, and go out there and make your videos. Thanks. Bye.